Alright, so welcome back. Today we will be doing the day 13 challenge, which is all about containers. So what we will be doing in this room is that, let me tell you the story in very short and simply. So first of all, we have a website called DoorDasher. They have great food and the people in Bear Valley order food from DoorDasher. It has great food and stuff. So what happened is the King Malhare and its bad guys somehow got access to that website and actually changed the name of the website and also the food that was listed on the website. So what we will be doing is to restore that website back to DoorDasher. Okay, so let me read the learning objective quickly. So what we'll be doing is we will learn how container and docker works, including images layer and these stuff as well. So let's start the attack box and virtual machine. Let me click here and let's click on the start machine as well. Now we will click here on the check and then move to the task 2. So what are containers? Let's understand containers. So imagine you have an application that do something and you run it on your UI. Let's say you have Windows 10 and Python version 3.9, right? So it works perfectly fine. But what if you run the same application on your friend's laptop? It has Windows 11 and Python version 3.7, not the same as yours, which was 3.9. So it won't run because it has different Python version and missing libraries and different operating system as well. So this is what we call the dependency hell, or it works on my machine syndrome. So what we have is, then we have the containers. What they do is, think of it like the lunchbox. Imagine the container is like lunchbox in which we have the, let's say, sandwich, apple and cookies and stuff like that. We can take that everywhere, to school, to park, to friend house, to beach, to our own home, right? So if we tell this in technical terms, so container has our application code and the libraries and the tools it requires and also the configuration file. So similarly, we can test that container on our laptop or our friend's laptop or test server or production server. It will work on all of these stuff without any error. Next we have the, actually what is the difference between container versus virtual machine. So let me explain this with an example. As you can see over here, let's say this is a virtual machine. We will take this as apartment building. So in apartment 1 we have a full kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, living room, and in second apartment same stuff. Basically each apartment have its own separate stuff. It's expensive but it's separate, and while the container is like a hotel, you get a room. Let's say you only get a bedroom with no kitchen and no bathrooms, right? So different room but you share the same kitchen and same bathrooms. So it's like cheap and light and share the common stuff. If we discuss this in technical term, what this means is a virtual machine has our own app and its own operating system, and it also has the hypervision. Hypervision is like a software manager, and then we have host operating system, and then we have the physical hardwares. So as you can see, it sizes from 5 to 20 GB per virtual machine, although it's isolated but it's heavy. And then in container what we have is that, let's say we have one app, another application and third application, right? So in container we have like only the code different of the application, not the Python version and operating system. These are all shared like in the hotel room, the bathroom and kitchen. So the size of the container is 50 to 500, really depends, but it's because we share most of the stuff along all the application. Now let's talk about the Docker. What is Docker? So let me tell you this in simple term as well. So what is Docker? Docker is something that creates and runs those containers that we just discussed. There are a few components of the Docker. One is the Docker file, which is a text file that has all of the instruction, as we can see it over here. See, Docker file. In a Docker file, we describe the operating system and then this script, like in which directory to work and what commands to run. Everything we need to do, we describe that in Docker file. Okay, now we have the escape, attack and socket. So let's understand this with example. So let's say this is a test container, so we don't have internet connection and we have limited access, like we can't do a lot. So let's say somehow we find a way to escape this container. So after the escape, what we have is that we got the internet access and have full permission. So what we can do now is that, as you can see over here, we can create more containers or access the already existing ones. So what we will be doing in this specific challenge is that, let's say we are in this container, we will escape this container, and let's say we have another container that has more privileges, like admin privileges, high level privileges. We will create a base shell in this container, so we will then use that shell to complete the rest of the challenge. So before going to TryHackMe, let me tell you two more concepts. One is the Unix socket. As you can see over here, it's like a walkie-talkie channel between two programs on the same computer. In the example, we have like you live, like let's say in New York and I am in California. So how we will connect is through internet and we will talk. And what Unix socket is, let's say this is program A and this is program B, and this over here acts as a Unix socket that connects both of the programs that are on the same computer. It's super fast, cause they are super close. Yes, over here you can see whoever has access to this Unix socket has so much power, like they can create containers, stop container, delete and create new containers. The thing is that usually Unix socket is usually on the host device. It's locked and nobody can access that. But in our challenge, in the DoorDasher setup, we can access that same file that should be on the host device, only we can access it from the container as well. I hope you understand all this, because this is the main part of the attack. Now let's get back to the TryHackMe. So what we will do is we will run the docker ps command. So for that we will select this. By default the attack box will be showing over here, so we will click on this and then we will type docker ps. This will list all the container in this docker. So as you can see, each of the container has all this stuff. So every container has a container id, and then this is a unique identifier, and then we have image. This is what the container was built from, and then we have ports and name. This is what ports we will access the container on, and when we have the name, this is just for human readable identifier so that we can know easily. Right, what we will be doing now is that, as you can see over here, on port 5001 we can access the DoorDasher, which is now Hopperoo instead of DoorDasher app. So let's access that by clicking on the attack box, and then we will open the Firefox and then paste that URL in the URL bar. Let me paste the URL over here and then let me press enter, and as you can see there is a page and a delivery service, which is Hopperoo in this case, not a DoorDasher. So now let's enter in the container. So for that we will go to this, let's type docker ps and see what we get. As you can see, we are seeing the rest of the container inside a container. This should be isolated, but we have the access to the socket over here, as you can see. That is why we are seeing that. So now what we will do is to run this command, and what this will do is make a terminal that another container that has more privileges, and after that we will run this recovery script. So let me write this command over here so that we can have an iterative shell. So docker as you can see, it changes from this hash to this. We have successfully created the shell. Now what we will do is that we have now the high level privileges. We will run this recovery script which will recover our website back to the DoorDasher. Okay, so I have cleared the chat just to see it more clearly. Now what we will do is to type this command here, and so that we can run the recovery script sudo, because we have the admin privileges now, and recovery script .sh. As you can see, we have successfully run the recovery script and we have defeated the hacker, and the website is now back to DoorDasher. We can actually check that by clicking here and then going to this URL. We will confirm that, or just let me refresh that. See, the website is back to DoorDasher. Same, its food and stuff, everything back to normal. Now we have to answer these questions. So what exact command lists running Docker container? So that was docker ps that lists all the containers, right? And then the next is what file is used to define the instruction for building a Docker image. So we know that we have discussed that Docker has something we call Docker file, which is a text based file. So we can say Docker file. And then what's the flag? So basically we got the flag over here. Let's go there. Okay, so for some reason I can't see any file, even the even the recovery script. You can see I can run the script, but I can't see it. See, I can run the script successfully, but I don't know what is wrong. So now the thing is, I can't see the flag.txt file. So I'll just look the flag from this. So the flag is docker escape success. Okay, so we have done this one. Now what we will do is, this is a bonus question. Okay, there is a secret code contained within the news site running on port 5002. This code also happens to be the password for the deploy user. They should definitely change their password. Can you find it? So when we did the docker ps command, over here you can see on port 5002, you can see this, we have a news website. So we will go to that website and we will try to find the password. So for that, let me click on this. Okay, so I have opened the browser. Now what we will do is to go to the news website and find the hidden password. So let me paste the URL over here and make sure to change the port number to 5002. And as you can see, we have the news website. If I zoom out this website, what we will see is that something strange, like these three terms in red. So without reading all this stuff, we will see the strange stuff that we are seeing over here. So let's try that out and check if this is the password or not. So let me type deploy master 2025. Okay, so this was the password. Quite easy, right? And then let's click on this as well. Okay, we have finally completed this challenge as well. Hopefully you understand this